Welcome back to Lucid Science. This week, we're going to be looking at Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Degradation by Mikkel Funder to understand what contributes to deforestation around the world. As always, let's talk about some vocabulary. A hectare is a measure of area equal to a square with 100 meter sides, or 10,000 meters squared, and is primarily used in the measurement of land. It is roughly equivalent to the size of a professional soccer field, with an additional 20 meters on each side. Deforestation is the conversion of forest to another land use, or the long-term reduction of the tree canopy cover below a minimum of the 10% threshold. Forest degradation is changes within the forest which negatively affect its structure or function, and thereby lower the capacity to supply products and/or services. In most cases, degradation does not show as a decrease in the area of woody vegetation, but rather as a gradual reduction of biomass and changes in species. Okay, I think we're ready, so let's get into it. Most deforestation assessments, including those of the IPCC, are based on the FAO 2005 World Forest Resources Assessment, which assessed forest change from 1990 to 2005. These showed a slight drop in the rate of deforestation for the period between 2000 and 2005, but nevertheless indicated a global annual loss of 7.3 million hectares during this period. Looking at Table 1, we can see that the annual rate of deforestation decreased between the period of 1990 to 2000 and 2000 to 2005. However, even with this decrease, the carbon stock in living biomass has continued to decline over time. In Figure 1, we can see the deforestation rates from 2000 to 2005 for selected countries where Brazil and Indonesia have the highest rates. It is important to acknowledge here that many of these selected countries are in a developmental stage. So let's talk about the factors of development that lead to high rates of deforestation. The causes of ongoing global deforestation and degradation are commonly attributed to a number of factors, including in particular agricultural expansion, wood extraction, and infrastructure development. So first, let's talk about agricultural expansion. At the global level, agricultural expansion leading to tropical deforestation includes large-scale commercial activities such as palm oil production, soy production, and cattle ranching, all to a large extent driven by demand in the global north. Ironically, biofuel plantations are a rapidly growing cause of agricultural expansion into forest areas. Wood extraction through logging as a driver in deforestation refers to clear-cut logging, but also to selective logging as a cause of degradation that eventually leads to actual deforestation. World Bank data from 2006 found that illegal logging constituted as much as 80 to 90% of total forest production in some countries, and further indicated that illegal logging cuts across tropical countries, regardless of levels of economic development. Furthermore, logging as a cause of deforestation tends to be particularly prevalent in areas where regulations and forest health are not enforced, and where local forest rights are not secure. Infrastructure development is a further major but often underestimated cause of deforestation and degradation, often in association with logging and agricultural development. Infrastructure development typically serves as a trigger that provides access and opportunities for other forms of deforestation and degradation. These various causes of deforestation are therefore characterized by being interrelated, that is, rarely one single cause of deforestation, but rather multiple interrelated factors combining together. Intrasectoral or intersectoral, that is, developments in, for example, the agricultural, road, or energy sectors that may impact challenges within the forest sector specifically. And both direct and indirect, that is, immediate drivers such as those mentioned here, are tied into wider national policies, markets, and institutions. The latter point is particularly significant. Behind these immediate causes of deforestation lie broader national and global mechanisms, including consumer patterns in the north and their demands for agricultural and wood products. So let's look at data in Table 2 of the balance between these factors. The table shows the number of times a given local cause of deforestation was identified in 152 case studies. When looking at a single factor, it is obvious that agricultural expansion contributes the most across all cases. However, a more holistic measure is the three-factor causation, where agriculture, wood extraction, and infrastructural expansion combine as the most significant causes of deforestation across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. These variables combine to transition forest dynamics over time, which can be seen in Figure 2. First is triggers, such as creating access by road. Next is reinforcing loops, as local demand, infrastructure, and population increase. And lastly, the rates stabilize as farm jobs increase and the forest becomes more scarce. In tandem, the lower axis shows the transition of forest makeup, as it shifts from undistributed forest to forest frontiers to forest and agricultural mosaics, finally leveling off with forest agriculture and plantation mosaics, as the forest habitat becomes more splintered and scattered over time. And those are the primary factors that contribute to worldwide deforestation rates, which are important to understand if we are to combat them successfully in the future and reconnect scattered forest habitat. Find us on social media at Conservation Made Simple, and I'll see you on the next episode of Lucid Science.